Shalom, Israel. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, No Man Can Serve Two Masters. No man can serve two masters. And we're heading into a cashless society, and ultimately the MO to the T to the B, the mark, where no man can buy or sell. The Lord has set up watchmen, starting with the apostles and elders and bishops and prophets on down at Great Millstone, the watchmen. And, we're watching. And this is why we're doing out there on the highways and hedges, doing video after video. We're trying to put up 1 million videos in one day, because it's so the prophecies are coming to pass, and we're watching. And as you can see, that there's a banking crisis right now worldwide, and we're on the brink of the MO to the T to the B. You know, the days of having physical cash, going into the bank and pulling out $200, $300, even $5,000 or whatever it is, them days are coming to an end. You see, no man can buy or sell, and the hour of temptation. A lot of you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you have children. But this is why the Lord said the hour of temptation is coming. Everybody's going to be put to the test. What you going to do when you can't buy no food, when you don't have your job, or you lose your home? People are going to be put to the test, the hour of temptation. And people are going to, and to tell you the truth through the Spirit, a lot of you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you're going to take it. You're gonna take the see it, man. Because a lot of you are not built up in the Spirit, and you don't believe this. See? But we're entering this time, man, where no man can buy or sell unless you have that mark. And the evidence is overwhelming, because those RFID, those C-hips, they have them like in Sweden. People have those devices, those RFID C-hips. They have them in their hand, and they're swipe. They go into the store, they swipe, they can buy their food. They go into their homes, they swipe, unlock the door. Even some of the jobs, people are walking around with them. And that is the mark. But like the Lord said, the first woe come, the second woe come, the third woe come quickly. And that is the World War III, which is inevitable, the nuclear war that's coming. It's going to happen. But before that World War III, the nuclear war, the war of all wars that happened, that RFID, the C-hip, has to be implemented worldwide. And with this banking crisis, and then moving to the digital dollar, the evidence is overwhelming that we're right here at the doorstep. See? Call halal Yahawah by Shem YAHAWAHSHI. Let me get to the scriptures, man. Let me get to the scriptures. It says, let's go to 1 Peter 4 and 12. 1 Peter 4 and 12. And it reads, it says, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you. And that fiery trial is coming, the hour of temptation. Like I said, some of you got families, you got a wife, or kids, and when they tell you, unless you take this mark, you won't be able to buy or sell or even keep your job or home, unless you have this mark. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. 13. But rejoice in so as much as ye are partakers of YAHAWAHSHI, the Lord's sufferings. You have to be partakers of the Lord's suffering. You're not, you cannot just sidestep judgment and this suffering and this tribulation that's coming on the earth and just think that you're going to make it. It don't work like that, man. And there's a lot of you Christians and Catholics and you Mormons and, there's all these false religions, that think they're just going to, we're going to be saved out of the, in the rapture, this is all baloney, man. All 12 disciples were put to death. All 12 disciples were put to death. The Lord told you, he told you, the servant isn't greater than his master. They persecuted me. They will persecute you. And everything in that Matthew 20, the 24th chapter, it's all coming to pass what the Lord was saying, man. The world, the war, the famine, the pestilence, earthquakes, you will be hated for my name's sake, and even they will put you up for death. And your families, people are going to be divided. The mother against the father against the son. Because, those that are going to seek the Lord are going to be hated. You're going to be persecuted, man. Even by your own kids or by your own parents. They're going to sell you out. It's going to come down to a point where, you might have a 18, 17-year-old daughter and, and you done told them and, they have some type of knowledge or something about the mark, and then they, you got to go hungry, and a lot of people are they're not gonna be able to take it, and they're gonna cave right in and take that mark and be finished. If you take that RFID, if you take that C-hip, that the mark, the MO to the T to the B, if you take that and you can't make it, you're not going to be saved on this side, because the Lord is coming back to deliver his elect out of this time of tribulation in this end time. This is who the Lord is coming back. He's coming back to save the elect out of the 12 lost tribes of Israel and that remnant. The elect, the 144,000, the teachers, the prophets, all men, and then you have the 1/3, the remnant, the men, women, and children, those that believe in the name of Yahawah and YAHAWAHSHI, and they've tried to serve the Lord to the best of their ability. They've been a help unto the prophets. They believe, and they didn't sell out. And the Lord told you, those that die for the Lord, you are promised 100-fold in the kingdom. You die for the Lord in this end time, and this is only for Israel. This is only for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. If you die for the Lord in this end time, you are going to be the first fruits into the kingdom, man. You have signed your ticket into the kingdom, and you are going to be blessed beyond your comprehension. You're going to have handmaids and servants. You're going to have a new body. And if you do, die for the Lord, whatever the persecution is or whatever that you got to go through, the Lord is going to put the Spirit on you to whatever you got to go through, man. Because the Lord told you precious is the death of the saints in his eyes. If you die for the Lord honors that, man. He honors that. You won. But if you take that mark, you're finished. You're finished. Salakia. But it says, but rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of YAHAWAHSHI, the Lord's sufferings. You got to be partakers of this suffering, of what it is. It says that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. Yeah, because the glory, the Lord's coming back. You're going to be in those that have believed and that are part of the elect, the remnant, the 1/3 are going to be protected. You're going to see, and ultimately you're going to be delivered. You have salvation. You're going to be delivered out of this tribulation, man, out of this end time, out of this fire that's coming on earth, this fervent heat. You're gonna rejoice, man. It says, let me hop to 17. It says, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Israel. It says, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God, the Lord, Yahawah, BASHAM, the house of Israel. And judgment is going forth right now. That's why you keep seeing all these different so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, that judgment is going forth, man. They're getting put to death. The other nations they're getting it too. Esau, Edom, the so-called white folks, they getting it and they got it coming. But judgment is starting with the Lord's people. So those wicked individuals that are just evil of the Lord's people, he's putting them to death. So when you see like these school shootings and hit by a car, or somebody kidnapped and killed, that's judgment. That's judgment. And they are of the Lord's people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. That's judgment. It says, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Lord, YAHAWAHSHI. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end of them, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Lord? See? So those that don't believe or obey the Lord, the horrible judgment, man. And it's being revealed every day. That's why you turn on the news, the George Floyds, the Tyree Nichols, all of that, man. It's sad, but it's judgment. 18, it says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? See, the elect, the remnant is gonna, Lord willing, I'm part of the hopeful elect, but the elect, the remnant, are gonna scarcely be saved. Scarcely be saved. We just gonna make it at the skin of our teeth, man. And some of the elect they're not gonna be put to death. They're gonna make it all the way through, and even make it to see when the Lord come back in them chariots and be beamed up in them so-called UFOs, those chariots, through the thermonuclear war, the explosions, and be beamed up and chained, and their bodies are going to be changed up in a blink of an eye. I tell you, they shall be amazed at the strangeness of the salvation of the elect, man. But can you imagine that, of being in the midst of seeing those bombs hit the earth and hit right here on the soils of Babylon, America? Because they gonna hit. Them nuclear bombs are going to destroy this place, America, because that great deliverance is coming right here in the land of America. because this is where the bulk of the tribes are. And being in the midst of that and being beamed up and them explosions and that nuclear fire, can you imagine your heart and how you feel? Scarcely make it. And through the tribulation that's coming on earth, the cannibalism, the hand-to-hand combat, the insurrection, the concentration camps, the detention centers, the famine, the pestilence, scarcely make it. Let me go to Matthew. I'll close out with this. I don't want to make this too long, but this is what it is, man. Matthew 6 and 24. I'll close out with these last two. It says Matthew 6 and 24, and it reads, it says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. And that mammon is money, man. In this hour of temptation that's coming, when they present the world with this C-HIP, this RFID, and you can no longer use cash, you have to take this mark to buy and sell, you're going to have a choice to make. Because the Lord told you in Revelations, if you take that mark, he going to put a grievous sore on you. And who in the world,